Alex, how did it feel when you realized you had a fire?
How did it feel? Really? How did it feel?
All right, now that we've calmed down a little bit, how did you first know you had a problem?
Well, a compound operator actually hollered at me and let me know that we had lost some power. And my first instinct was to go check on Vicar and resin because they have more of our volatile chemicals. And as soon as I walked out in the street, I heard a little bit of a boom, turned around and started going towards resin, and then I noticed the substation was on fire.
Well, the base of this video is more on how well we recovered from it, but we can't get to the recovery until we know what happened at the beginning.
Yeah, we lost a lot of all the power in compound, and then portions of resin we lost as well.
Okay, so now you got a fire. You realize you got to do something. What's your next move there?
Well, actually, as soon as I seen the fire, my first thing was the people in the plant and to make sure that everybody was going to be safe. So we actually went into plant evacuation, contacted security to get involved with the fire department, contacted Darren and Susan as fast as I could. They also helped with calling the other organizations that we needed to make sure we contact. Contacted all the plants around us to make sure they was aware of what was going on, getting ERS announcements going, doing roll calls. That's just going through the procedure, the steps to make sure everybody was safe.
All right, great. All right, Alex. Well, like I said, the rest of this video is going to be on how well we recovered from that, and that's going to our main focus.
Well, if I could speak on that, was
piece of pizza.
Really.
The cause of the fault, we don't know exactly what happened, but we know it didn't happen. By using process of elimination, we know that there was some type of equipment failure that resulted in the initial fault. We know that it didn't have anything to do with man, so people weren't involved in the failure. We're pretty confident that wildlife wasn't involved in the failure, and we're pretty confident that Mother Nature wasn't involved in the failure. So really the only thing left is some type of equipment failure. While we don't know the exact cause, we do know quite a bit about what happened right after the fault. So there was a fault downstream of the transformer, but upstream of the first protective device. And because of the configuration of our system, that fault left the equipment energized for quite a long duration. And really most of the damage was a result of the length of time that the switchgear burned. Once we got the switchgear properly de-energized, then the fire could be extinguished and we could have went on our way with recovery.
Plant evacuation that we've had in over 20 years in this facility, and that was the sub 6 fire. And the fire was a major event that evening, and it caused a lot of disruption throughout the plant. We had a lot of people step up to the plate, and especially like our shift supervisor that was on during the time. And we even had some maintenance guys that were here on shift at the time, and they did a phenomenal job of eliminating and kind of keeping the hazards to a really close area. At the time, though, when the event was first noticed, the supervisor didn't know what was going to happen, and truly made a really good call to get everybody out of harm's way, and that was the entire facility. So it was kind of a concerted effort to respond and get everybody to safety, and it worked really well. It went smooth. So some of the risks that we experienced because of this fire was obviously the immediate risk of the fire, and we wanted to keep all of our employees out of harm's way, which we did really well. And luckily, where the fire took place was in kind of a out of the way area. It was fenced, and it's not a normal area where folks would be. So those were two good things as well. And the way that the substation was laid out is also conducive to keeping people away from that area, and that's by on purpose. Okay. So one of the really things that were kind of unknown when this fire happened is what's going to happen to our electrical system. So we know that it took out parts of the resin plant, and it also took out parts of the compounding plant. And we have backup systems and generators in place just for those events. and all of our systems seemed to shut down and work properly. So we're very fortunate, and not only fortunate, lots of planning and lots of work over the years got us to that good point.
The substation fire, significant issue for the plant that affected all of our customers. We had a lot of issues to deal with and try to determine what inventory is available and how can we keep our customers moving forward.
First, we had to prioritize what our customers' needs were. We were able to come up with a solid plan that would allow us to minimize any impact on our customers, and we did that. So the very first thing that we did was get the lab back on, because we knew the lab impacted the entire plant. So very quickly we were able to pull temporary cable and get the lab re-energized, which allowed us to start satisfying customers as the remainder of the recovery effort went on. The team that was most heavily involved in the recovery, our electricians along with our contract electricians had tremendous amount of impact in the recovery. Worked really hard, worked safely, most importantly worked safely. Fortunately, there were no injuries as a result of the fault. There were also no injuries or any incidents connected to the repair effort, which, when you consider the amount of work that was accomplished, that's pretty incredible. So we had a solid plan and tremendous contributions from our electrical and maintenance staffs. But I think the thing that helped, particularly with minimizing the impact on our customers, was we had operations folks involved who very, very quickly capitalized on the equipment that was re-energized and started making quality product and shipping it out to our customers straight away. And once the first trucks of product got going out to the customers were relaxed, were more relaxed. Our logistics team was better able to make the customers confident that they were going to get their product. And that really helped a lot in removing the pressure on the plant so that we were able to execute the plan. So fantastic work on the part of the entire team.
I asked Lee Weller to come in to support the restart of the activities with the knowledge base that we have, understanding that we've been down for several days and that we needed to get back up to supply our customers. We thought we could support the team directly on site by walking through the process restart with them. I believe we added value to the team. I think it was appreciated all around. We were able to get the lines back up and running shortly after they were turned over from the maintenance team. I was glad to be able to work with Rob Higdon and Mike Flynn in particular, and Sam Nash, on just trying to understand the compounding equipment, what was going to be required for the restart, that the engineering and electrical team could reassign the necessary loads to be able to get us operational. A lot of effort from a lot of individuals. We were able to restore flow and keep every customer operational without shutting down. A great deal of accomplishment, and a great thanks to the entire Louisville plant for supporting that.
Many folks actually joined in to help keep the plant whole and keep us all safe. That goes from the shift supervisor to the maintenance group that I've already talked about. We even had contractors come in the facility, and they were here within less than an hour of the event occurring to start working to secure the facility and make sure that we were all safe and that we could quickly get back online with our production. Some of the folks that came in, including their first responders, did just phenomenal jobs, and I think everybody did it safely and appropriately, and it just amazes me when we have events like this how just the common guys out in the plant that you may talk to every day, they actually step up and really do great things. It's very impressive.